Good evening, and welcome back to Real Talk with Yolanda. Today, the topic is going to be focused on setting boundaries. So, this is for all of my survivors, those who are male, female, they, them. It's about boundaries. And oftentimes, when we are leaving a domestic violence situation or relationship, um, we have to actually find our way again, meaning rebuilding that self esteem. So, setting boundaries is not an isolated process, it is intertwined with growing in self esteem, dealing with feelings, breaking the rules, and developing spirituality. Okay? Is connected to detachment. Shame is also connected to boundaries. We may feel ashamed when we allow people to invade or trespass on our boundaries. Shame may try to block us from setting boundaries, so we need to set. Setting boundaries is about learning to take care of ourselves, okay? No matter what happens, where we go, or who we're with. Boundaries emerge from deep decisions about what we believe we deserve and don't deserve. Got it? Boundaries emerge from the belief that what we want and need, like dislikes, is important. Okay? Boundaries also can emerge from a deeper sense of what personal rights, especially the right we have to take care of ourselves and to be ourselves. Meaning, being ourselves means being true to who we are. We don't have to put on a facade and we don't have to fake it. We just gotta be real, be transparent, as they say. Okay? Boundaries can also emerge as we learn to value, trust, and listen to ourselves. Okay? And there are several tips for setting boundaries. When we identify we need to set a limit with someone, do it clearly, preferably without anger and in a few words as possible. You don't have to give a huge explanation why you're needing to set boundaries with anyone. Just be clear. Keep it short and simple. Okay? We cannot simultaneously set a boundary and take care of another person's feelings. Okay? What I mean by that is if for an example, if someone is always just interrupting your space while you're working, okay, we cannot say or tell them, you know, I really, have a problem with you keep coming around without, asking me if I'm busy at the time because I have a lot of work to do. And then turn around and say, but I understand, you know, that you want someone to talk to. Mm-mm, mm-mm. We can't do that. We can't. We have to either be out all the way in. We can't be straddling the fence when we're trying to set boundaries. Okay? Because then what we're doing is sending mixed signals. And then that results in the person that we're communicating with to be confused. They don't know what exactly you're talking about. Plain and simple. Okay. We're probably feel ashamed because we're having to set boundaries. But if we don't set boundaries, people will tend to take advantage of our time. Okay. Anger, rage, complaining, and whining are clues of boundaries that we need to set. Okay. Meaning, if you're always complaining about what someone is doing all the time, and or you're getting upset because they're doing something of the same thing all the time, that is a cue that you need to set boundaries. Why get upset about it? Set boundaries. That's all you have to do. Also, we'll be tested for certain. We will be tested when we set our boundaries. Um, how we setting our boundaries will depend a lot on the individual because what type of let's back up the type of boundary that you set for one person, you may not be able to set that same boundary with someone else. So the boundaries will definitely be different according to the person that you're dealing with. Um, but don't be ashamed of setting those boundaries. Okay? Some people are happy and will respect your boundaries, some will not. But is that your business to worry about? No, it isn't. It isn't. It isn't, not at all. And that's where the self-esteem start building up. When you're not concerned about hurting someone's feelings because you need to set boundaries for yourself, okay? So that your space is not distracted, disrupted, or taken advantage of, okay? Hmm. A support system helps when you're setting boundaries. It's good to know that you have a friend or a family member or someone that can have your back, when you're trying to set boundaries. Because again, not everybody will respect that you have boundaries. Some of the worst people that ignore our boundaries are who? Yes, family. Oh, yeah, I've heard, well, we're family. I should be able to do this or I should be able to do that. No, no, no. There should be no exceptions when you're setting boundaries. Uh-uh, uh-uh. We don't need to defend ourselves, like I previously said. We don't need to debate why we're having to set boundaries. We don't have to give anyone any explanation as why we want to set boundaries. Okay? If I don't want you to come over, just pop up over my house unexpectedly and uninvited, that's my choice. And that's my boundaries that I've set for you. So, yes, not everyone will respect or accept or even like your boundaries. Who cares? Oh well, they'll get over it. And when you learn to accept that, that little piece of not worrying about the feelings of someone else because of what you're trying to do for yourself. That's when you can see, and that's when you know that self esteem is steady building. It's steady building. Okay? So, again, this was just something short to share about boundaries that I wanted to share with my survivors who are going through post domestic violence or some other form of post abuse. And they're trying to find their way with regards to setting boundaries with friends, neighbors, family. Okay? We'll set boundaries when we're ready and not a minute sooner. Okay? So, with that, I'm going to end here and I'm going to come back with another short topic to discuss with you. But this one here was solely about boundaries because we're living in a time where people just have no respect, no regards for anyone's boundaries. Okay? Just take baby steps. That's all you have to do. Baby steps. One step at a time, as they say, or as that saying have said. Rome wasn't built overnight. And because Rome wasn't built overnight, and you did not um, just woke up one day and this, found yourself in a domestic violence situation. Okay, neither did you wake up one day and you know what? I'm going to go ahead and leave and I'm going to move on. And don't think that there's not any work that has to be done soon after. Oh, yeah, there's definitely work, self reflection, all of that. So, you have a road ahead of you, but you will get there. And that's the thing, you will definitely get there. So, doesn't matter how quick you get there or how slow you get there, as long as you get there, okay? And I'm counting on you. I'm definitely counting on you to get there, all right? So, stay tuned for the next topic that we're going to discuss. Bye now.